Those who were here with us last night, and a special welcome to those who are just joining us this morning. We do not have coffee here, and so I just want to point you to this coupon for Coffee by the Books, which is located in the Archives Bookshop just diagonally from this building. So you can take this over and get some coffee there. And we do have water bottles out in the lobby that are just free. All those snacks are free for you. And once you filter that water through your system, the restrooms are across the breezeway, so you can just use those as needed. And we do ask that you just only bring water in here, no other food or drink. That's what we've been asked. And as I was looking at the program, I realized that we did not include enough break time. I mean, we're going to be here for, 12 hours today. And we were just trying to cram so much into this conference that we just didn't include enough margin in the schedule. So I want to give you the freedom to just simply step out if you need a break, go do something. And if you do miss some part of the conference, we do have this DVD order form. It's in the program that you all were given. And so we're going to be filming all of the sessions that are taking place in here. So all of the plenary talks, all of the breakout sessions that are taking place in this room, and then the panel on Saturday. The breakout sessions that are taking place in the psychology classrooms right across the breezeway there are not going to be video recorded, but we are audio recording those. And so if you buy the DVD set, we'll include the audio from all of those other sessions as well. So if you miss something, there is a way to get it. And if you're here at the conference, it'll cost $27. If you order it afterwards, it's going to be $35. It's like a 4 DVD set that you can purchase. And we also put a blue card in your program on which you can write some questions for the plenary speakers. We're going to have a panel here on Saturday. And so you're welcome at the end of each one of their sessions to ask them a question about what they've said. But you may want to ask them about some stuff that they haven't talked about. And so it might be good to write that down, and then you can turn that in to any of our staff, and we can bring it to the plenary speakers at that panel on Saturday. Well, as we begin this morning, I just wanted to give you a brief introduction to the Rethinking Hell project, which it started as a Facebook group in April of 2012, so just a few years ago. And we launched a website and a podcast in June of that same year. And there were just a lot of conditionalists that were kind of wandering around, disconnected, and we were looking for some sort of community with like-minded folks with whom we could discuss our view and develop some resources to share with others. So an Australian gentleman named Peter Grice began to contact those of us who had put something out on the web about annihilationism or conditionalism, and he kind of gathered us together, and we started connecting online with one another and dreaming about how could we spread the word about conditionalism among evangelicals. So we created the website, kind of set up a social media presence, and if you go to our website, you can see the links to Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Actually, on our YouTube channel, we have a lot of the sessions from last summer's conference that you can watch for free, and so you should check that out. Over time, we found our voice in Chris Date, who became the principal blogger and podcaster for Rethinking Hell, and he was interviewing just a wide range of thinkers from John Stackhouse, Doug Wilson, Craig Blomberg, Kevin Miller, and many others. And I think we're up to episode 68 now we're working on. So if you're into podcasts, that's something that you can spend 68 hours listening to, plus some of them are longer than an hour. But in late 2012, some of us took on kind of greater leadership with the project and began to make some big plans and dream some big dreams, which at the time seemed pretty grandiose. What if we flew in speakers from around the world for a yearly conference? What if we could see some books published on conditional immortality? What if we could see some evangelical scholars and pastors come around to conditionalism through this project? What if we could produce a catchy diagram that explained the similarities and differences between the three views? Well, we've seen all of these crazy dreams come to pass. 2 conferences, 2 books, Christian thinkers like Terrence Thiessen and Preston Sprinkle, who attribute their change of mind to conditionalism to Rethinking Hell, and of course, we have the hell triangle, which you now have a laminated copy of that will never be destroyed in any sort of fire. So you can use this in your evangelistic conversations if you choose to. But we attribute this all to the goodness of God, because none of us are organizationally gifted enough to make this happen. We've been blessed incredibly, and we've also been blessed by the financial support of some donors who really make a lot of this possible. We ended up spending a lot more on this conference than we brought in, but we were able to do that because we have some financial support, and we're so grateful for that. And we're also grateful for the encouragement and support of our patron saint, Edward Fudge. And we actually took our name from a chapter in his book, The Fire That Consumes. And he couldn't be here with us this year, but he recorded a short greeting that he wanted to send to us all. So I'll play that now. Wait. I didn't do that right.
Hello, this is Edward Fudge in Houston, Texas. Sorry I can't be at Pasadena with all the rest of you good folks this weekend. I had a family reunion conflict and just had to miss it, unfortunately. I know you're having a great time, and I look forward to hearing more details later. I want to send greetings to all of you who are present. Glad you could be there. The people who put on the conference did a super job, I'm sure, just as they did last year. And this Rethinking Hell project group are outstanding people who really know how to get things done. I also want to thank you for the great privilege and honor you gave me in the festschrift that you've done this year. The Consuming Passion, that was most kind of you, and I'm greatly honored, and I will long remember that with great affection for each one of you who had a part in it. I'm sorry to miss seeing so many of you individually, and I look forward to hopefully being with you on another occasion from England and from the United States and Australia and New Zealand, other places. It's so good to know that you're there, and I pray that you're having a great time, and I know that it'll be a great success. And I ask the Lord's blessings on each one of you as you not only do your work there this weekend and have fellowship with each other, but as you return to your home places and to continue with life thereafter. God bless you, and hello again from Houston, Texas. Hope to see you again someday soon.
And we actually have some of Edward's kin here with us, his brother Benjamin and his nephew Aaron. So we are so grateful that Edward has just blessed us in so many ways. And I do want to thank Mike McCready for filming that clip when he was in Houston visiting with Edward. If you'd like to be kept in the loop on the publication of the book that Edward mentioned, the festschrift that we had put together, or other Rethinking Hell activities, you can just go on our website. Right at the top right-hand corner, it just says add your email to our list. And we do have some new projects that we're working on, including getting copies of conditionalist works like The Fire That Consumes or the Rethinking Hell book into the hands of theology professors at seminaries across the United States. I just got one to a guy who teaches in the Philippines, and the school that he's at actually brings people from all over Asia. So he has students from Afghanistan or Vietnam, and so I said, let's get some books into this library so that this guy can expose some people to this topic. And just, we're not trying to just push our view and try to convince everybody, but we want them to have the most well-informed understanding. And we also have bought a number of copies of the DVD Hell and Mr. Fudge and Edward's popular level book, Hell, A Final Word, that we want to make available to pastors. So if you have a pastor at your church, you're a conditionalist, and you kind of think, gosh, I would love for my pastor to understand more about this, we'd be willing to send that to them for free and just initiate a conversation and say, hey, we'd love to answer any questions that we can. So we're trying to make those contacts with people of influence. Again, of course, we'd love for them to come over to our view, but really to just understand and have, to understand that this is a legitimate evangelical view. So please just let me know, and if you'd like me to mail that package out, or if you know of a scholar you'd like that to be sent to. We've sent a lot of them out. Well, whatever perspective that you hold, we do hope that the Rethinking Hell project can be a valuable resource for greater understanding of the view that we hold, and that can be a place for productive dialogue with the views that you all hold. And just an example to the watching world that it's the love of Christ that unites us and not some kind of theological homogeneity. And so we thank you for being here, for being part of this conversation. We look forward to more in the days to come.